Good evening, students. So today we will be starting with the Sankalp classes, Sankalp SS classes, and I'll be dealing with mathematics subject. So this is a program which will be helping you to get ready for the final exams. So first of all, we will be discussing the blueprint, and then as after discussing the blueprint, we will be starting with the first topic, that is matrices. So one by one, first you all concentrate on the blueprint over here. Okay. So students, first we will be discussing the blueprint. As per that, we will plan up this course. Okay. So see there, the first topic over here is the relation and function, and it is fetching you. Students, will mute yourself so you can hear me clearly. And if any doubts and all are there, you can just type over there. Okay. So pay attention here. So relation and function. See, the first topic over here is relation and function. It is fetching you 10 marks. Okay. Then inverse trigonometry, it is fetching you 7 marks. Matrices 9 marks. Okay. And determinants 13. Continuity and differentiability, it is fetching you 19 marks. Application of derivatives 8 marks. Integrals 25 marks, 20 marks. Application of integrals 5 marks, and differential equation 9 marks. Vector algebra 10 marks. Three-dimensional geometry 9 marks. Linear programming 7 marks, and probability 9 marks. Okay, so altogether the question paper it will be consisting of 135 marks. Okay, so 135 marks will be having overall. And here the sections are given here. Familiar with the midterm portion, midterm paper. So the midterm paper and the final paper will be almost same. Okay, but in midterm paper only the half syllabus will be covered in the question paper, and for the final you will have all the 13 chapters. Okay, so just we will try to have the idea of the paper. And all these are 15 MCQ questions and 5 fill in the blank questions. Then 2 marks, you need to answer 11 questions. You need to answer 6 questions. Then 3 mark 11 questions will be given again to you. Out of that you need to answer 6. Okay, and then 5 marks, 8 questions are given. You need to answer any 4. Then we have 6 marks and 4 marks. So altogether, 52 questions will be given to you. Out of that, you need to answer. 52 questions are given, and the total weightage will be 135. Okay. So total weightage ನಿಮ್ದು 135 marks ಆಗಿ ಇರ್ತದ. ಅದರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ 80 marks attempt ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. So this time the change has been made. Earlier it was for 100 marks. Okay, the paper was for 100 marks earlier. From this year, they are planning to make it for 80 marks. Okay, so we will discuss in detail once again, and I will explain you the strategy with which you can get some out of 80, at least 60 to 65 marks can be scored if you attend the complete program. Okay, whatever the 2 months program is been scheduled, if you attend this, you can be easily able to attempt at least 65 to 70 marks out of 80. Okay, so as per our strategy, I will be explaining you the strategy now. Just those who have participated, just off your videos so you can hear me clearly. Audio as well as video, both you all off it, so you can hear me clearly, or else you will be disturbing the other students. Okay, so we will begin with this. Okay, so first we will be discussing strategy. Okay, as per that, we will be okay. So we will be discussing the strategy, how the course will be conducted. Okay. So see, first, see, I am dividing the chapters into trigonometry based chapters and non-trigonometry based chapters. Okay. So trigonometry based chapters and non-trigonometry based. See, there are some easy topics, okay, where you can score around about 35 marks very easily. So the first topic is matrices. Okay, and then determinants. Okay, determinants. Next, the third topic in the list is LPP. Okay, LPP, and then a relation and function. Okay, so these are the 4 topics where trigonometry is not used. Okay, trigonometry, much part of trigonometry is not being used. Okay, so student find it difficult where there is when it is connected with first year part, that is trigonometry part. Okay, so these are the few topics where you can score without the help of trigonometry. Okay, and as per the blueprint over here, see, matrices is fetching you 9 marks. Okay, it was fetching you 9 marks, and then this topic is fetching you 13 marks. Okay, this topic is fetching you 7 marks. Okay, and this topic over here, relation and function, relation and function is fetching you Next slide. Next slide. Okay. So see the relation and function topic is fetching you 10 marks. Okay. So if you add the weightage of these topics, see here, just so matrices we will be discussing uh, determinants LPP. Okay, and then we have relation and function. Okay, so these are the non-trigonometry based topics, and you can see the weightage also over here. 9 marks, and then it is 13 LPP. It is fetching you 7 marks, and then relation and function is fetching you 10 marks. Okay, so if you score see, if you take up the total, it will be around about 39 marks. Okay, 39 marks, where a little part of trigonometry is used. And then there are the topics where 50%, that is some basic formulas of trigonometry are used. So we can discuss these topics. That is vectors. Okay, and then after vectors we have, and then we have 3D. Okay, so these are the two topics, vectors and 3D. And vectors is fetching you 10 marks, and 3D is fetching you 9 marks. Okay, so this will be 10 plus 9. Okay, so this will be 19 marks. So roundabout see 39 plus 13 19, if you add, so it will be approximately equal to 60. Okay, approximately equal to 60 marks. So this is how you can score 60 marks in mathematics out of 80. And these are the topics where we need to concentrate. Okay, and then later whatever the topics are there over here, see the topic different continuity and differentiability, application of derivatives. So this topic is fetching you 20, so you can see over there 19 marks in continuity and differentiability, and application of derivative, it is fetching you 8 marks. Okay, so 19 plus 8, it is 27 marks. Okay, so these are the topics which are involving trigonometry. So the basic first year trigonometry is very essential here, that is differentiation and application of differentiation, and then integration. Okay, and application of integration. So these are the four topics of first, second, third, and fourth. So these are the four topics which are again see having the total of, this is having a total of 27 marks, and this is having the total of 25 marks. Okay, so both together here these are 52 marks. Okay, so here the basics are very helpful here to score this 52 marks, but here this 60 marks you can score very easily without much help of trigonometry. So when you take the total of 60 and 52, 60 and 52 marks, it will be equal to 112 marks. So out of 135 marks, you will be able to score 112 marks. Okay, so this is the plan, and this is the strategy we will be following. So first, every week we will be trying to complete two easy topics, and then the next week we will be focusing on the topic with more number of marks. Okay, so this will be the strategy. So please take out a book and pen so you can write it down. So these are the topics where you need to focus. Okay, students, these are the topics where you need to focus. So just write and take it. So it will help you out. Okay, and how to prepare for the 52 marks and how to prepare for 60 marks. The next discussion will be on that. Okay, so just make a note of this. So these are the 39 marks, 19 marks, and then 52 marks. So total it will be 60 plus 52, 112 marks. Okay, and this is what we will be doing first, and then we will be left with some few topics. Okay, that is few topics, and those few topics will be the remaining 20 remaining marks, that is 15 plus 8, 23 marks. Okay, so that we will be discussing later, but this is what the approach we will be having. Okay, so just note it down quickly, so we will continue with the next part of We will continue. Just off your video and audio and just take a pen and paper in your hand. And whatever points I'm telling you, just note it down. So as per that, Galaxy J7, someone is just visible. Just off your video. Okay. So next, so this is for the 80 marks you will be writing, which you will be writing and trying to score that. Okay. Next, so another 20 marks now. So you have another 20 marks. Okay. Okay. So say another 20 marks. So the total weightage is 100 marks. So 100 marks, out of these 100 marks, okay, how to prepare for 80 marks, we discussed the strategy now. And then we will be discussing what about the remaining 10 marks. So this 10 marks, okay, this 20 marks are divided into two parts. Okay. 10 marks and another 10 marks. Okay. So these 10 marks will be the total of your first unit test. Okay. UT1, next UT2, and then the midterm. Okay, so these all marks will be added. Okay, these all marks will be added and reduced into 10 marks. Okay, this will be reduced into 10 marks, and then whatever the remaining 10 marks are there, this remaining 10 marks, they are uh, been awarded to you based on the project. Okay, and then presentations, the teacher will be assigning some presentations to you. Okay, assignments and oral. Okay, so there will be a viva. Okay, there will be a viva. So based on this, the 10 marks will be given to you. Okay, so this is how the total 100 marks are divided. So okay, this out of 100 marks, whatever the preparation is required for the theory, that is 80 marks, and this will be done in this program. Okay, and 20 marks, the remaining 20 marks, you need to be depended on your teachers. Okay, college teachers. Okay, so there unit test 1, unit test 2, and midterm, and remaining 10 marks will be awarded for project, presentation, and viva. Okay, so this is the new pattern for mathematics subject, and from this year only they have introduced this. Okay, so ಈ ಸಲಾದಿಂತ್ರನ ಇದು pattern introduce ಆಗಿದೆ. So most of you might be new to, we too are new to this, and you also are new to this. Okay, so past 2 years the pattern was different, and that is from 2014 the syllabus got changed, and 8 years the pattern was different. So I think you are the 11th or 12th batch. You are the 12th batch, and again this is the third time they have changed the pattern. Okay, but they have made it easy actually to score. Okay, next. So this is the detailed information of the blueprint and the pattern. So now we will be beginning with our first chapter. Okay, so we will be beginning, and just again one more, we need to discuss about the MCQs. See there. Okay, MCQs are important, because if you want to score out marks, that is 80 out of 80, if you need to score 80 out of 80, no doubt this is a program which is helping you to score good marks in mathematics. But if you want to reach the figure 80 out of 80, then you need to concentrate on these MCQs, because in MCQs there is no options given to you. Okay, the MCQ part is not having you any option. Sir, blueprint for the, okay, so some of you have asked the question. Okay, we will let you know about the blueprint. Okay, some of you, okay, yes, okay. Okay. So about the second term and UT first term, already first term is over, midterm is over. Now second unit test syllabus, we will let you know it in the next classes. Okay, so just see, we will focus on the MCQ topics also, which out of Okay, so you need to these topics plus 5 questions, fill in the blanks. Okay, so these both are very important. Okay, and if you score 20 out of 20 in the first part, it is very easy to score the remaining marks. Okay, it is very easy to score remaining marks because every part has some options. Okay, 2 marks there is option, 3 marks there is option, 5 marks, 6 marks, 4 MCQs. You have MCQs plus 5 fill in the blank. So I think from every topic, there is a question. Relation and function has one MCQ. Okay, and then we have one MCQ from one MCQ. We have one MCQ from trigonometry, inverse trigonometry, matrices. There is a MCQ, and determinants. There is a MCQ. Okay, so there is no MCQ from differentiability and continuity and application of derivative. Integral, there is a MCQ. Differential equation, there is a MCQ. And then you can see there in the part A. So see, there is MCQ in all this. There is MCQ. Okay, MCQ question is 1 mark question. I think it is present in all the topics. Okay, if you go through the uh, blueprint in detail. Okay, in relation and functions here, there is one question, and again there is another question here. So 2 questions are occurring. Okay, and then in inverse trigonometry also there is one question here. Okay, and in okay, so only there is a one question, and then again in matrices there is one question. Okay, so this is how. So later, while discussing the topics in detail, we will let you know from which topic the questions are occurring. Okay, so MCQ questions are occurring, and then we will prepare MCQs a bit in detail on those topics. Okay, so today we will be commencing with matrices. Okay, so we will try to understand matrices. Okay, so see, matrices, it is fetching you one MCQ question, one 3 mark question, and a 4 mark question. Okay, so it is fetching you. So you can see here matrices, it is fetching you one MCQ. Okay, one 3 mark. Okay, and there is a one 5 mark question. Okay, so altogether it will be fetching you 9 marks. Okay, it will be fetching you 9 marks. Okay, so again, without wasting time, we will begin with the study of matrices. Okay. So please keep a rough book. ಒಂದು rough book ಮತ್ತು ಪೆನ್ ನಿಮ್ ಕೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊರಿ. ಮತ್ತು ಏನೇನ್ point please try to down. Okay, please try to note it down. Okay, so okay, you will understand whatever you have not understood. You can put in the box. Okay, so keep a book with you. Please keep a book and pen. Okay. Please off your audios. Please off the audio and video. Don't disturb the class, please. And some of the students are connected on YouTube also. Okay. If any doubts are there, you can put a question over there. So we will begin with our discussion of the first topic. So as just now we have discussed the MCQ, okay, the blueprint pattern. So matrices topic, okay, matrices topic, okay, you have one MCQ, okay, one MCQ question, one 3 mark question, and one 5 mark question. Okay, so first we will be working on this question, that is one MCQ, and then 3 mark and 5 mark. Okay, so you can write and take the concepts from where these questions will be asked. Okay, one MCQ, the chances are there from the definition of matrices, that is types of matrices. So you need to know all the types of matrices. So if you are familiar with all the types of matrices, that is the definition, you can face one MCQ over here. Okay, or the next option the examiner has is he can ask a question on transpose, okay, on transpose, okay, or formation of matrices. Okay, so some easy, so it is all MCQs we will be covered, but the main question, okay, may come from a definition, that is types of matrices. Okay, so you need to be familiar with definitions, and that definitions we will discuss one by one. And then a 3 mark question, so there are two probabilities here. One is sum, okay, or difference, okay, sum or difference of a matrix. So based on sum or difference of a matrix, you may get a 3 mark question, or you may get a question on symmetric and skew symmetric matrix. Okay, symmetric and skew symmetric matrix question will be occurring for 3 marks. And then the 5 mark question, okay, it's fixed every year. It is present, it will be occurring on product of matrices. Okay, the question will be occurring from the concept product of matrices. Okay, so a 5 mark question will be occurring here. Okay, so in today's class we will try to cover this MCQ part. Okay, we will try to discuss in detail. So we will be discussing the concept of matrices. Okay, so matrices ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಅದಾವೆ ಮತ್ತು concepts, the main concepts ಏನದಾವೆ ಆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ first, and then we will try to start the solving the examples. Okay, just try to note it down. One MCQ, you may get it from definitions of matrices or types of matrices, definition or types of matrices. Then a transpose of a matrix, there is a chance of another MCQ, a transpose of a matrix. And another MCQ may occur from a formation of matrices, okay, or a formation of matrix. Okay, so how a matrix is formed, okay, based on that MCQ may occur. So all these three types MCQs we will be discussing. And then a 3 mark question, it may occur from the algebra of matrices, that is sum or difference of a matrix, or symmetric and skew symmetric matrix. Okay, and then the 5 mark will occur from product of matrices. Please make a note of this quickly, and we will begin with the main part. Okay, if any doubts and all are there, you can put a message. So some of you are live on Zoom as well as on YouTube. Okay, so you can put the questions over there. We will answer you back later. Okay, did you make a note? Okay, one of you can put yes if you have completed. Priyanka, some of you have, okay. Just put a yes if you have completed. Yes, okay, 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 okay. One S is enough. Okay, next. So we will continue with the next part. Okay. So we'll begin with the main part. Okay, so see matrix. Okay, what is a matrix? Okay, matrix. So matrix, it is an arrangement. Okay, it is arrangement in simple. Okay, try to understand the definition. So it will help you to understand the types of matrices. So it is arrangement of what? Numbers. It is arrangement of numbers or functions. Okay, functions or symbols. Okay, it is arrangement of numbers, functions, symbols, or alphabets also. In what? In rows and columns. Okay, in rows and columns. Okay, and okay, all these elements are enclosed. Okay, in rows and columns, enclosed, enclosed within a bracket. Okay, enclosed within a bracket. Okay, so this is the definition of matrix. It is arrangement of numbers, functions, symbols in rows and columns enclosed within what? A bracket. Okay, but to understand the definition, we will be making use of a mathematical form. So in mathematical form, we represent matrix by capital letter. Okay, and the elements of the matrix are represented by a small letter. We represent it by a small letter. Okay, and this is the standard form or the general form of a matrix. A equal to aij m cross n. Okay, m cross n, where m indicates, okay, where m indicates rows and n indicates columns. Okay, n indicates the number of columns present in the matrix. Okay, so this is the general form and this is the definition. Here we will try to discuss an example. Okay, simple example. So 1 2 3 and 4 5 6. Okay, so see, there are two rows here. Okay, r1 and r2, and we have two columns, is three columns, c1 c2 and c3. So order of this matrix will be 2 cross 3. Okay, so whenever we are writing the order of the matrix, first we write the rows and then we write the number of columns. Okay, so we read it as 2 cross 3 or 2 by 3. Okay, so a question may be asked in a MCQ type, a number of elements. Okay, number of elements of a matrix, of a matrix. So always the number of elements of a matrix will be the product of number of rows and number of columns. Okay, so m into n. Okay, mn. Okay, so the number of elements in the matrix, it will be mn. So in this example you can see two rows and three columns are there. So 2 into 3, it will be equal to 6. Okay, so altogether there are 6 elements. 6 elements are there over here. Okay, is the audio clear now? Yeah, audio, you are able to hear me and video is clear. Okay, just again put us in the chat box. Okay, if there is any problem, let us let. Okay, there is no problem with the audio. Okay, yes, yes. Next, now, so we have understood what is a matrix and its a general form. Okay, so see, if you have mobiles now, you can take a screenshot. You can take a screenshot of that and then we will move to the next concept. Okay, so here one question we have covered. Okay, that is the number of elements. Okay, number of elements, and also we have covered the general form. Okay, how to write the formation of matrix. So a question on formation of matrix. This is the formation of matrix. Okay, so they will give you some values. So they will indicate a matrix. Write a matrix. Okay, aij, okay, consisting of order 2 cross 2. Okay, so 2 cross 2, it will be equal to what? 4. So you need to write a matrix with 4 elements. Okay, matrix with 4 elements. Okay, so just take a screenshot of this quickly, or within a minute or two, copy down quickly. Okay, hope you have completed this part. Okay, next again we will try to understand. Clear my drawings. Okay. So here, so we need to understand this general form. To understand the types of matrices, we need to understand the general form. Okay, so Aij, so all the definitions will be clear. M cross n. So A is equal to Aij, M cross n is the general form. Okay, here, so here, say the value of I, it will be greater than equal to 1 and less than equal to m. Okay, similarly j will also be greater than equal to 1, it will be less than equal to n. Okay, so based on this general form, so I will be writing a matrix. See, pay attention, I will be writing a 3 cross 3 matrix. That is the matrix, it will consist of 3 rows and 3 columns. Try to understand this matrix, it is very helpful to understand the types of matrices. Okay, so see, the first element will be a11. So I and j, it will indicate the position. Okay, m and n, it will indicate the number of rows and number of columns. Okay, so I and j, it will indicate the position here. So a11, okay, next a12, a13. Okay, so these are the 3 elements in the first row, and then a21, a22, a23, a31, a32, and then a33. Okay, so see here, we can divide it into this full matrix. Okay, 3 cross 3 matrix, we can divide it into two parts. Okay, we can divide it into two parts. Okay, so you can see whatever the uh, a diagonal I have drawn. Okay, see this, along this diagonal, you can see I is equal to j. Okay, I is equal to j. I is equal to j. See the first element over here. I and j values. It is 1 and 1. Okay, here it is 2 and 2, and here it is 3 and 3. Okay, so I and j, the numbers are same. Okay, the numbers are same. So such elements. Okay, these position elements are called as diagonal elements. Okay, what they are called? Diagonal elements. Okay, so in the diagonal elements, the condition is what? I will be equal to j. Okay, I will be equal to j, and then next we have I not equal to j. Okay, I not equal to j. So see, you, these are the 3 elements where I is equal to j. A11, a22, and a33, I is equal to j, and these are called as diagonal elements. Okay, these are called as the diagonal elements. But you can see the 6 places over there. There are 6 places, that is a12, a13, a23, a21, a31, and a32. Okay, they, in these cases I is not equal to j, and these elements, okay, these elements are called as a non-diagonal elements. Okay, they are called as a non-diagonal elements. Okay, so they are called as a non-diagonal elements. Okay, so try to understand these, because based on this we will be defining the types of matrices now. Okay, so diagonal elements and then a non-diagonal elements. So in non-diagonal elements, I is not equal to j, and in diagonal elements, I is equal to j. Okay, so these 3 places, these 3 elements are called as diagonal elements, and the remaining 6 elements are called as what? A non-diagonal elements. Okay, so with this introduction of matrices, the next concept we will be discussing, just remember, when I is equal to j, make a note. Just I will dictate it. I is equal to j, diagonal elements. I not equal to j, non-diagonal elements. Okay, these 2 points you need to note. Later you can draw this. Okay, you can draw this matrix A equal to, and show the diagonal elements and non-diagonal elements. Okay, so next, and this is the general form which you need to know. So if 3 cross 3, if they have given order as 3 cross 3, it will have 9 elements. 2 cross 2, it will have 4 elements, and so on. Okay, so the next concept we will be discussing is types of matrices. Okay, types of matrices. So one by one, first we will discuss, and then we have a chart over here. We will go through that chart on types of matrices. Okay, understand ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ? basics. Okay, these are all basics, and then we will go to the main questions. Okay, just again put a yes. Okay, If you are understanding, not understanding, if any question, if you are feeling any doubt is there, you can put the question. Okay, after the class we will discuss that question. If there is any doubt, you can type over there. So we will be going through that question and then again discussing. Okay, so we will be discussing the next part now. Okay. Okay. So types of matrices. Okay. So types. We will be discussing the types now, one by one. So one by one, I'll discuss first, and then I will give you a chart. Okay. So types of matrices. Types of matrices. Okay. So in types of matrices, so first we have two main types. Okay, two main types here. Okay, one is a square matrix. Okay, one is a square matrix, and another is a rectangular matrix. Okay, rectangular matrix. Okay, so by the name itself you will get to know, okay, if number of rows and number of columns are equal, okay, then such a matrix is said to be a square matrix. Okay, and if m is not equal to n, if rows and columns in the given order are not equal, then it is said to be a rectangular matrix. Okay, so a square matrix is said to be a square matrix if m is equal to n. If you write this, you will get mark. Okay, or in MCQ they may ask what is the order of a square matrix. So when they will ask you the order of square matrix, okay, either say it will be m cross m, or it will be n cross n. Okay, it will be n cross n. So it will be m cross m will be the order of square matrix, or n cross n, because in a square matrix m will be equal to n, and since m will be equal to n, its order will be m cross m, or it will be n cross n. Okay, so I hope you have understood the definition of square matrix. Okay, a matrix in which number of rows is equal to a number of columns, and that is m is equal to n, is called a square matrix. Okay, and in general also you can write it in general form. You can write it as a is equal to, okay, aij. Okay, aij. This general form is very helpful in competitive exams as well as MCQ part. So here they will give you four options. Okay, so either they will give you m cross m, or they will give you the order as what, n cross n. Okay, and identify the square matrix they may ask. Okay, so this is a square matrix, and the order of square matrix can be either m cross m, or it can be n cross n. Okay, and then rectangular matrix, simple, m is not equal to n. Okay, and then here there are two simple types. One is a column matrix. Okay, one is column matrix, and next is a row matrix. Okay, so a column matrix, the number of column is always equal to 1. Okay, so its order will be of the type m cross 1. So I'll write the example. A is equal to, okay, it will have many rows. Okay, so see there are 3 rows in this, but there is 1 column. Okay, so if a matrix is having only 1 column, then it is said to be a column matrix. Similarly, opposite of that is row matrix. The order of row matrix will be 1 cross n. Okay, the order will be 1 cross n, where 1 indicates the number of rows. Okay, so number of row is 1, it can have any number of columns. Okay, so the matrix B will be 1, 2, and 3. Okay, 1, 2, and 3, same example. So in this case, see what will be the order here. The order will be 3 cross 1, and here the order is 1 cross 3. Okay, so 3 columns are there and 1 row is there. So as per the definition, column matrix, it will have 1 column. Row matrix, it will have only 1 row. And the question on MCQ type, maybe they may ask you the order. So order of column matrix is always m cross 1. Row matrix, it is 1 cross n. Okay, so these are the 4 types we discussed. Okay, now based on square matrix, we have the remaining types. Okay, we have the remaining types. So in rectangular matrix, we have column matrix and a row matrix. And rectangular matrix, number of rows is not equal to a number of column. Okay, so next again we will study the remaining matrices in detail. Okay, remaining types. Okay, So all these matrices are linked with square matrices. Okay, so I've kept square matrices as it is. Okay, so the first type in square matrix now we are discussing is a diagonal matrix. Okay, a diagonal matrix. So a matrix is said to be, see here, a diagonal matrix, it is a square matrix first. Okay, so all the diagonal matrices are square matrices. So a square matrices is said to be a diagonal matrix. Okay, if say diagonal elements, okay, are non-zero, okay, and non-diagonal elements, okay, are zero. Okay, this one you try to understand. See, here I have written it in verbal form. Okay, I have written the definition in verbal form. Diagonal elements are equal to zero and non-diagonal elements are 0. Okay, so diagonal elements are not equal to 0 and non-diagonal elements are equal to 0. This we can write it in mathematical form also. How we can write it? See, aij, we know element is indicated by aij. So aij are non-zero. See, aij are non-zero means they are not equal to 0. Okay, when, say, for diagonal elements the condition is I equal to j. Okay, and this will be equal to 0. Aij, the element will be equal to 0 when the elements are non-diagonal. So non-diagonal elements are what? I is not equal to j. Okay, this condition is very important. So you can write it in general form. Okay, A equal to aij m cross m is which matrix? Is a diagonal matrix. Is a diagonal matrix if you have to write these two conditions. Okay, these two conditions. So I have two definitions I have introduced you. Okay, one is diagonal matrix. Okay, the both the definitions you can write either in verbal form or you can write it in mathematical form. MCQ, for MCQ the mathematical form is important. Okay, so the conditions may be given. So try to remember both the forms. Okay, diagonal matrix. So a square matrix is said to be a diagonal matrix if diagonal elements are non-zero, non-diagonal elements are 0. This only you can write it in form of condition. See the condition, try to understand this condition. See, aij will not be equal to 0. That is, which aij are elements, so when I is equal to j, such elements are called as what? Diagonal elements. So diagonal elements are not 0. And when I is not equal to j, these elements are called as what? Non-diagonal elements. So aij will be equal to 0. Okay. Hope this definition is clear. Diagonal definition is clear. Okay. So next, again, we will be discussing the next one. That is a scalar matrix. Okay. We will be discussing the scalar matrix. Okay. So see, so based on square, we discussed the diagonal matrix. Now based on square matrix, we see, if you are not understanding the mathematical form, try to remember the verbal form. Okay. And see here, I will explain you with the example also. Example, take an example, so it will be very easy. So see, diagonal elements. Which are the three diagonal positions? 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So these positions, the elements will not be equal to 0. Rest of the elements, okay, rest of the elements can be equal to 0. Okay. So these three elements, okay, these diagonal elements are non-zero. Rest of all the 6 elements, non-diagonal elements, are equal to 0. So after understanding the definition, put an example. Okay. Try to write one of the example on your own. Okay, I also will be explaining. You also try to write down the example. Okay, so this is the diagonal matrix. So we have discussed square matrix, and then we will discuss the next type now. Okay, we will be discussing the next type. So just make a note of diagonal matrix. Okay, or if you have your NCERT books, the definitions are given over there. Okay, definitions are there. Just try to understand. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. So definitions are over there. No problem with the definitions. And as per NCERT book only, we are discussing the topics here. Okay, so next we will discuss So see the next part. So in the next part, okay, again the same definition, but there is little change. Okay, there is little change. Okay, so we have understood what is diagonal. And next matrix we will be discussing is now a scalar matrix. Okay, so the next matrix we are discussing is, so after diagonal, we are discussing a scalar matrix. Okay, so matrix is said to be scalar matrix. So scalar matrix is also a square matrix. So we are writing it as A equal to Aij m cross n. Okay, and then we will discuss in both the ways. So see Aij. Okay, in scalar matrix, it will be equal to constant. Okay, and these all elements will be equal to what? 0. Okay, these all elements will be equal to 0. Okay, meaning of this is, see I is equal to j, it means diagonal elements. Okay, so the diagonal elements aij is equal to k when I equal to j, meaning is the diagonal elements will be constant. It will have one constant value, and aij equal to 0 when I is not equal to j. Meaning of this equation one over here is, okay, non-diagonal elements. Okay, nde non-diagonal elements will be 0. See, I will put an example so you will understand it. Okay, so matrix a is equal to, so see, in case of diagonal elements are having some values. Okay, but all these three numbers are different. But in case of scalar matrix, it is constant. So these all values will be 4. Okay, 0 0, next 4 0 0, and 0 0 4. Okay, so you can see all the diagonal elements are same, that is the value is equal to 4. Okay, so when all the diagonal elements are same, then such a matrix is said to be a scalar matrix. Okay, scalar matrix. Hope the definition is clear. Next, after scalar matrix, the next type is identity matrix. Okay, the next matrix is identity matrix. Okay, so both the definitions are same, scalar matrix and identity matrix. Only there is one change. Okay, that one change is the diagonal elements will be equal to 1. Okay, the diagonal element will be equal to what? It will be equal to 1. Okay, so same, it is also a square matrix. So see here, I'll write the example of identity matrix, you will get it clearly. So identity matrix, the definition is 1 0 0 0 1 0 and 0 0 1. Okay, so we are using a special letter to indicate identity matrix, that is I, and capital I, and all the diagonal elements will be equal to 1, non-diagonal will be equal to 0. Okay, so if all the diagonal elements are 1, such a matrix is said to be identity matrix. If all the diagonal elements are equal, then it is said to be a scalar matrix. Okay, if non-diagonal elements are 0 and diagonal elements have some value, then it is said to be diagonal. And then we have what? A square matrix. Okay, so square matrix, four types we discussed: square matrix, diagonal matrix, scalar matrix, and identity matrix. Okay, so out of this, the scalar matrix is asked, the definition is asked many times. Okay, so be perfect with the definition of scalar as well as identity, because identity matrix we are using in product of matrices. So scalar matrix and identity matrix, both are very important. Okay, hope these definitions are clear, and then other two definitions are remaining. Within a minute we will discuss that. Okay, and then discuss some MCQs. Okay, so next we need to understand transpose. Okay, this is a property, transpose of a matrix. Okay, so transpose of a matrix, we will consider example. If matrix A is equal to 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. Okay, so see, order of this matrix is 2 cross 3. Okay, so here if we interchange the rows into columns, see, this is the first row. Okay, this r1 we are writing it as 2 3 4 as a column, and then again we are writing this as 5 6 7. Okay, so now the order will be what? 3 cross 2. So what we have done, we have interchanged the rows into columns. The first row is converted into first column, and the second row is converted into second column. Okay, so and the transpose of a matrix we are denoting as A dash, okay, or we are denoting it as AT. Okay, AT. So based on this, we have two more definitions. One is a symmetric matrix, and then skew symmetric matrix. Okay, so symmetric matrix. Okay, and then a skew symmetric. Okay, so the definition is very simple, and we will discuss an example also. So a symmetric matrix transpose A dash will be equal to A, and in skew symmetric matrix A dash is equal to minus A. Okay, and both symmetric as well as skew symmetric matrices are square matrices. Okay, symmetric matrices A dash is equal to A, and skew symmetric matrix A dash is equal to minus A. Okay, so this completes the types of matrices. Okay, and there is a chart over here. Just you can take a screenshot of this chart. I will be displaying the chart of all the matrices that we have covered along with examples. Okay, and this symmetric and skew symmetric, a 3 mark question is occurring. There we will be discussing much in detail, symmetric as well as skew symmetric. Now from definition point of view, you need to remember A dash is equal to A and A dash is equal to minus A. Okay, this is the definition. Next. Okay, so this is a chart over here. Just you can take a screenshot of this. Okay, and these all definitions we have discussed today: square, rectangle, row, column, zero, identity, then scalar matrix, diagonal matrix, and triangular matrix. It's not there for you. I leave it. Okay, then symmetric and skew symmetric matrices you have. Okay, symmetric and skew symmetric matrices. Okay, so these are all types, and example is given over here. Okay, so either you can give a 2 cross 2 example, or you can give a 3 cross 3 example. Okay, so we have covered one concept over here, that is types of matrices. So in the next class we will be covering a 3 mark and 5 mark question on types of matrices. Okay, and meanwhile those who are interested, what you can do is you can go through the formulas on trigonometry, that is from first year book, and differentiation. Okay, so if you are good with the, if you are perfect with the formulas of trigonometry and differentiation, it will help us. So first we are covering a few easy topics, that is matrices, determinants, and LBP, and then later we will focus on inverse trigonometry and differentiation. So there we require all these formulas in detail, or in the next class some of the formulas also I will be discussing. You can make a note of that formulas. Okay, so okay, hope you have understood all the concepts what we have discussed today. And then we will discuss two objectives over here, simple questions what we based on this, and then stop the class. Okay, so see the first objective over here. If the order of the matrix is m cross n, and then how many elements will be in the matrix? Okay, the first question given over here is, okay, so see, today we discussed it. Okay, so if m cross n is the order, the number of elements, okay, the number of elements in the matrix will be equal to what product of that, that is it will be equal to m into n. Okay, so it should be small m into small m, okay, or mn. So this is the first objective over here, first MCQ, m cross n. Next, the second question. Okay, so the second question over here, just see, pay attention. This is the last question for today's class. Okay, so see which of the following matrix is a matrix of the order 2 cross 2, where the equation of the elements is aij equal to I plus j. Okay, so we discussed the formation of matrix. Okay, so they are asking us to write down a matrix whose order is what, 2 cross 2. So 2 cross 2, it will have 4 elements. Which are those 4 elements? A11, A12, next A21 and A22. So write this pattern and then use the condition. See what is the condition they have used. Each element is I plus j. So the first element will be I plus j, that is 1 plus 1, it will be equal to 2. Next element 1 plus 2, it will be equal to 3. And the next element will be 2 plus 1, again equal to 3. And 2 plus 2, it will be equal to 4. Okay, so out of the given option, okay, the option C is the right option. Okay, option C is the right option. Okay, so some more MCQs and 3 mark questions we will be discussing, 3 mark, 5 mark in the next class. Okay, so we will be just we will check out. Okay, yes, okay, so some of you have answered the MCQs. Very good. Okay, hope the concepts are clear to you. Okay, so definitions you need to do. Okay, and if possible try to make a chart of formulas on trigonometry and differentiation. 3 charts you need to make: trigonometry formulas, then differentiation formulas, and integration formulas. Okay, so this if you do, then you can increase your score. So getting at least you can go beyond 65 to 70 marks out of 80. Okay, and timely attend the unit test and midterm exam, unit test 2 and your viva. So out of another 20, you can score those 20 marks very easily. Okay, so we will meet in the next class. Okay, bye. Bye.